and it's the biggest stage in the Caribbean, and it carries the biggest prize. The prize is $50,000. That's a huge prize, right? All right, so yeah, that deserves a round of applause. So a quick bit about the history of the slam. The slam would have started as a small spoken word event with a cash prize of $1,000. We've come a very far way from that. And it started at the University of the Southern Caribbean back in 2012. In 2013, they partnered with the Boca Split Fest as the closing event for the literature, the annual literature festival, and it was sponsored by First Citizens. So we want to say thank you to First Citizens for keeping that partnership alive for all these years. It has been amazing, and we look forward to many, many more years of that. The First Citizens National Poetry Slam is Trinidad and Tobago's premier spoken word competition. The event was born out of a need to increase the profile of spoken word art form and reward the best practitioners, with encouraging them to push their craft to new heights. So the current winners last year, how many of us would have been at the competition last year or participated or watched? The first place went to Alexandra Stewart, and she won the competition 3 times. Second place went to Kevin Sawyer, and third place went to Darren Sandy. And just to remind you of the prizes, first place is $50,000. Second place is $20,000, and third place is $10,000. So the auditions this year, we have come out of major restrictions with COVID, so we have hybrid auditions. We have persons from Tobago and persons who belong to rural communities that will be joining us via Zoom. We're excited to see them. And then we also have persons in studio here keeping me company who will be coming on the stage shortly to give their presentations. The competition is in 3 stages: auditions, semi-final, and finals. 30 poets will advance to the semi-final round, which will take place on March 25th and 26th. 15 of those poets will advance to the final round, which will take place on April 30th. So we look forward to that. Right. Now, this year's theme. Every year when we have the competition, there's a theme. This year, we're encouraging poets to step up and tell their stories. Tell these stories that really matter to them. So over the years, we've had slam evolving, and topics that the poets have said have been really a wide range of topics. But we realize that they've become more personal, more impactful, and they resonate more. So as we enter this 11th year, with this hybrid format, we want the poets' voices to be heard. And it's going to be heard because we're on Zoom, because we're online, by the global community. So we want the poets to share about themselves. Think as a poet, what do you want people to know about your country, about the Caribbean, and about you in that international space? Remember that we are online at National Slam TT on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. If you want to post stories, you're posting a selfie that you're watching the slam, you're going to compete, all of those things, remember to use the hashtags. Hashtag FCNPS 2023 or hashtag story to stage. Now, we are going on to our judges. So every year we have the opportunity to have these amazing individuals who give up their time to come and judge these pieces. And I'm going to get right into the list of judges that we have on our table today. So our head judge, Miss Elisha Efua Bartels. She is a poet, performer, teacher, director, stage manager, and a founding member of Metamorphosis Dance Company. She has spent time in Washington, D.C., acquiring her degree in the performing arts. She is strongly committed to raising the standard and the profile of the arts in Sweet TNT, empowering we the people by showing Trimbagonians we can be, are the subjects and authors of our own stories. Let's welcome Elisha today. All right, next we have Miss Nihilat Blackman. Nihilat Blackman is a singer, songwriter, and musician who has an absolutely unique approach to music and the arts. Her father, the late great Rash Shorty, who is the undisputed inventor of soca, jamu music, is her major influence as she has over the years added her own spice to this long accepted and well-loved indigenous brand of music. Let's welcome Nihilat Blackman. Our next judge is Jairan Remy, also known as DJ Rokas. DJ, television show host, event producer, music producer, and sound engineer. DJ Rokas is popularly known for hosting Vintage Unplugged. He currently hosts the Now Morning Show on TTT and has a radio show on Talk City 91.1 FM called The Saturday Brunch. Let's say thank you to DJ Rokas. Right. Our next judge is David Roberts. David Roberts is a dedicated management professional with over 17 years of experience in the public and private sectors. David graduated from the Arthur Lockjack Graduate School of Business with a master's degree in business administration with a specialization in entrepreneurship and innovation. A game changer, critical thinker, and competent communicator, Mr. Roberts continues to make significant strides, applying his knowledge and expertise in the areas of social entrepreneurship, business development, and executive leadership. Let's welcome David Roberts. And our final judge today, last but not least, Mr. Lawrence Arjun. Lawrence is a progressive development leader, inspiring hope and collaboration for a safe and sustainable future. He is also the Chief Executive Officer of the Heroes Foundation, a Caribbean development center that delivers strengths-based and rights-based, child and youth-friendly interventions for psychosocial development, sustainability education, and mentorship. Thank you, Lawrence. All right, and now that we've gotten all the formalities out of the way, I want the in-studio audience, the persons watching online on YouTube, as well as Facebook, to give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time to be here. All right. And I think we're just about ready to start our show. All right. So we're going to introduce the first performer on the Zoom, Miss Malika Wilson. Malika, are you with us?
Hello, yes. Are you hearing me?
All right, guys, these things have
Right.
these things happen,
Okay.
right?
So she's here.
She's here. Okay, can you talk so we can see if we can hear you, please?
Hello, my name is Malika Wilson.
All right, nice. Malika, take it away.
Okay, so I will be performing an original piece entitled Happiness. Happiness is a feeling so delightful, so indescribable, yet so insightful. Happiness is a feeling I get, oh, too often, when things go my way. A smile appears on my face, and nothing can spoil my day. Rays of sunshine and a multitude of sunflowers are dancing around me, and laughter exerts my mouth as I beam with joy. Vibes of positivity surround me. My smile is something I simply cannot hide, something I refuse to keep inside. It's something that I want the world to see, so that I can share this exuberance bursting in me. But it's funny how my smile can disappear in as fast as 1, 2, 3. Suddenly, darkness is all I can see, as an obstacle is thrown at me. My emotions begin to turn, and sadness is all I can feel. A second obstacle comes knocking at my door. Here comes 3, here comes 4, all of them screaming my name. I feel like I'm going insane. The tears begin to drip down my face, and I begin to scream and shout. All of these unwanted thoughts invading my space. Whatever happened to my happy place? Well, a storm is brewing, and the sound of thunder is spewing. Why me? I scream, with my tears now streaming. I feel trapped in a dark hole with no way of getting out. I lay in bed, not making a sound. I close my eyes, hoping to wake up to a brighter day. But nothing has changed. All of my obstacles are still here staring me in the face. But I take one look at the mirror and realize that my greatest enemy is me. I decided to let the negativity overpower me. I decided to let the darkness take over. But now I choose light. I will fight. Sure, life brings various twists and turns, but if there is anything that I have learned, it is that happiness is a choice. I allowed myself a moment to embrace sadness, but that moment has concluded, and now I choose gladness. Suddenly the storm fades away and the rays of sunshine return. And I know that more challenges will soon emerge, but I choose to be happy even when they come, because happiness is not just a feeling, but a choice. Still so delightful, so indescribable, yet so insightful. Happiness. Thank you.
So we are moving on to our second performer. And I was going to say before, these things happen in terms of technology. We know how it is. So just bear with us, and we're going to keep it moving as much as we could. We are bringing to the Zoom platform Celestial Marshall. Celestial, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm trying. You can hear me? I am Celestial of I don't know. I wish somebody could tell me though. See, from the time I opened my eyes, my birth paper had just stamped Trinidad and Tobago. But my ancestors didn't write that though. I mean, how was I supposed to know if I'm really from here? Or if my people come from Africa? On the back of a ship and had to carry brick and had to dig a ditch when it was their time to go. And it's not like if it have any sacrificial ritual where I could slice open a goat and no, because they get rid of religion too. So see, the people across the sea say we are practicing a form of witchcraft, but tell me, what you more afraid of? Magic or murder? I mean, I could tell you my answers, this generation's version of black practice targets, but printouts can't talk. So, and even if they could, it still wouldn't be the correct generation story I was telling you though. Because the same way I losing track of where this story is supposed to go, is the same way my people lost homes, how they were forced to go or stay. I still don't know. And the same way, it's funny, I choose to practice an extension of Christianity called Anglicanism. It's the same way God cracked the bigger joke up in me next to a cemetery and a little one, and my ancestors haunt me. I guess the stage shackled to their white ancestors. I guess that's why there's only see white people in horror movies. I guess that's why white people just say I talk in blasphemy. I guess that's why I only know about white history and, well, slavery. I guess that's why I still celestial of. I don't know. I wish somebody could tell me though. Even if it mean I had to dig another ditch from a black ancestors to go or stay. I still don't know. Thank you.
Alexandra. Okay. Thank you, Alexandra. Sorry, Celestial. Wow. I got confused just like the technology. All right, Celestial, thank you so much for that, right? I was going to remind persons who are now joining us, whether here live in studio or online, that this is the First Citizens National Poetry Slam 2023. It's a big deal. The first prize is $50,000. The poets are under a lot of pressure, not as much as I am, but they are under a lot of pressure organizing, right? Organizing their pieces, getting their mind right. It's really nerve-wracking. Like the energy is amazing, but it's also, a little nerve-wracking. So I'm hoping, that we can get you into the groove and ready for your pieces. Up next on Zoom, we have Alexandra Douglas. Alexandra, are you here with us?
Hi, yes, I am. Are you hearing me? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Yeah, no, I can't do this. Okay, so I have something I want to talk about because I was at home having another segment of Alex's opinions no one asked for, and I want to know if it's just me who realized a trend. Angst poems tend to have a certain edge in slams. Not that I have anything against angst. I have Bacchanal in my DNA, so sometimes I can pretend someone said red over, and let my poems zoom right over. Full of emotions I feel when something upsets me. See, I can do the angry poet thing at times. I didn't think it was a requirement though. I mean, it's not like this poetry thing came with a manual, unless I missed it. In that case, please DM me the title. But ever since I've entered this world, I've just been collecting scribbles off of people's faces and putting it in my memory book, trying to rifle through the responses and figure out where to go from there, along with editing, until my insecurities no longer scream, what kind of poet are you? So yes, see, it's been quite the experience. I try to dress up my words and stand in tall grass to hide the goat foot I couldn't rhyme zone or thesaurus out, to lure unsuspecting judges into my web of comedy and rhythm, yet they seem to prefer the larger blast next door. The one that looks more angry and menacing. I mean, I guess I get the appeal. More spice in your life kind of feel. I mean, who wouldn't want the funny, nice guy over the bad boy any day? Said no woman ever. Yes, I keep trying to break that pattern, so let me know. When I'm in this performance box, must I paint on its surface my demons for you to see without any banana peels to get that perfect 10? Must I shout to convert my audio from good to stellar? Skirt the trauma at the bottom of my pot like it's Sunday lunch and then serve it to you through this mic? To spew to you all the horrors I feel bubble inside, because at least in here I know what kind of beast I'm facing. Do I keep shouting at you until my throat feels sore like it's transferred all its feelings into my scores? You see, that doesn't quite sound like me. Is it a crime if I don't always want my legacy on the stage to be two hard lines? Will it sacrifice my chance if I'd rather leave my audience with a chuckle rather than a flashback to their own personal struggles? To let my words transport you to another world of empowered Disney princesses rather than me tell you how much I fear the one I live in? There's a reason Muppets is still remembered after all these years. And it's the same reason why you know you missed the humor this end of piece could have given you. So let me ask, is that enough angst for you? Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra, for that. All right, so we are moving along with our Zoom performances, and the person who's up next is Natalia. Natalia, are you here with us?
Hi, everyone. Just making sure you can hear me. All right. A conversation with myself. You see, I get you. I've been knowing what we've been through. I stuck by your side all those times you were too conceited to even swallow your pride. No, don't turn away. I want you to look at this mirror and see things my way. Talk to me. Yeah, it's been a while, years maybe. When last have you done some retrospection, that deep internalizing of self and self-reflection? Because I've been trying to reach you, to understand you, to speak or see you. So tell me, this reflection, Is it something you can't bear to see? Or have you just gotten so accustomed to closing everything and everyone out, including me? Because you never hear me, or maybe you never listen, or maybe you listen but never learn. Look at me. I didn't come here to argue or place blame. I know you don't do well with confrontation, accountability, and change. So I'm left to heal and make peace, to douse the flames on the bridges you left to burn, to build back brick by brick the foundations trampled in the dirt. I'm not saying it's all your fault, and your emotions are valid. However, it's truly a wonder how anyone even sticks around. Why am I not surprised? Here we go again, high roading, as if Little Miss People Pleaser doesn't find satisfaction in satisfying others, to the point where we're self-sabotaging, agonizing over every situation, because since when has everyone else's minor inconvenience become our burden? So you tell me, does the external validation give the salvation that we seek? Because I can't feel the correlation between your twisted sense of self-gratification and someone else's quote unquote appreciation. And listen, when I say we deserve better, I mean it. I only wish I knew how to achieve it. What we're doing is a cycle. Either break it or be beaten. I just don't want to be broken. So I'm sorry I couldn't protect you from the world. Deep down, I know you blame me. Because I was strong, but I was never strong enough. And you were calm, but emotions, abstruse rationality. You speak as if this reflection could bring that clarity, which we desperately need. But all I see is me. Not the work in progress, not the state of the process, just me. And she should be enough. She should know that she's enough. We aren't the caterpillar that will metamorphosize into a butterfly. We are the river on its many paths to the sea, ever changing, ever growing, till it becomes what it was destined to be. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for that, Natalia. All right, before we go on to our next performer on Zoom, we want to say a special thank you to those who are watching us on Facebook, those who are joining us on YouTube. Remember, you can use the hashtags for your selfies, for your stories, hashtag FCNPS 2023, hashtag story to stage. All right, and we are moving along. Up next, she has an amazing first name. Her name is Dominique Friday. Welcome, Dominique. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Hey, guys. All right. I met a 40-year-old teacher a few months ago. You know, the type to wear cardigans and pencil skirts, high heels for high views. She was kind of cool and had a kind of vibe too. So one day, liming over cups of Lipton and beef pies, she spoke of her glory days where she wore knee-high socks, where she rocked John Sports and Reeboks, where the only thing to take stock of was if box lunch was coming early. She told me that in those days, she was a trillionaire. She was balling like a Sabga bona fide 2%er, not 1%er, but 2. Since this statistic tells us the truth that only 2% of the world actually make their dreams come true. And she was making it happen at the time because time is money. And well, what was her dream? It was to write. She was powerful with her pen, purposeful with her prose, like poetry with a point, painting portraits of Port of Spain, of people, places, and tales of Penal, Plymouth, Parle-Touvier, punctuating the Trinbagonian paragraphs of parts that we take. She's phenomenal, personable, talented that way, in which she would write me and you onto a page. But this paper was her teacher. So she became a teacher for a steady wage. And as the wages of sin is death, she dies each and every single day. She told me that before she left Upper Six, her dreams of writing went under. She signed up for ministry work not because of love, But because she needed a cover to cover the casket of her passions, and imagine she did it all before she hung up her uniform. Now, don't get me wrong. Teaching is a respectable calling to pursue out of love, not just duty, because teachers set you mentally free. So as I have taught you that if this statistic is true, then don't you find this scary? That in this sea of beautiful faces, we could be chilling in a cemetery, a graveyard of broken dreams, locked in, stifled, caged. But fear not, my people. I have brought my 2 cents for change. I came with a message of revival. I came to fan the flames of your faith. Which one of you dares to revive it? Which one of you dares to resurrect it like our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to save your true calling and service to the world? Who dares to let the love of their purpose and passion cast out the fear of poverty? Who dares to tune out society? Who dares to fall down 6 and get up 7? Who dares to abandon ignorance and seek wisdom? Who dares to dream? Who is coming with me? Thank you.
Thank you, Dominique. All right. We are moving on to the next performer. Is Sharion Rogers here with us?
Good evening, yes. Greetings, judges. The name of this piece is Behind the Scenes. Hope you enjoy. But who threatening me? Cough, and sneeze. Put on a mask, she tell me. You see this? It ain't right. Before COVID come to town, I could see their faces. Physical touch was a thing. Now I can't tell who is who. I see his eyes and a mask from already fronting view. Before Mr. COVID come to town, school was vibrant. Being in public, meeting people was fun. Now businesses shutting down. Even the vagrant on the road rubbing down himself with sanitizer, masking up, keeping distance from the virus. Sanitize, social distance, wear a mask. The 3 watchwords to abide and follow. Just a couple of verbs they put together to keep us safe. Before he come to town, family and friends was here. Now they're dropping like flies without saying goodbye. Health officials saying comorbidities, but Granny had abilities, yes, to love, to share, to be there. Now she's somewhere up there. Before the boss come to town, thing was easy. Thing was nice. Now all these measures are incorporating in my life. Don't touch it. You hear one coughing, they don't take none from nobody. But as a student, it ain't easy. You see, this is what makes we human. This experience with people shouldn't feel illegal. Before Mr. 19 come to town, I was in class sitting on a desk with Mr. on the board trying to best. Now we online in school. Using Zoom in a corner of the room, yamping my eye, trying to find the link to get myself in sync with class. Wi-Fi dropping, device dead. David, on the other hand, fast asleep in bed. Jada Mike walking, but the Wakaman by John House walking till he gassed out. But your neighbors start cussing, teacher talking to themselves, getting frustrated, and I still here waiting till my laptop done updated. And they ask, everyone understand? Yes, miss. Yes, sir. I understand that this ain't making sense. Exam in a few months and online school is giving me an immense headache. Before this agent of death came to town, Mama wasn't worried about your child getting sick in school. She wasn't worried. Now one day in school could have gotten you hospitalized. I remember coming home to the fear in her eyes. If they cough him, stay home. We can't afford to get sick. Yes, man. No, I have siblings and a father who is a diabetic. And there it is. The choice between your education and your family's health. Yep, this is what we've dealt with. Since this terrorist game, it hasn't been the same. Maybe this is some sick game that you enjoy, but who enjoys torture, hurt, and pain? You need to explain. You say you want to remain, please, never again. I thought you had left out town because things had calmed down until your reactivation. So human striving is your motivation. And you're a man of patience, but your dance of death foreshadows a threat. Your infected hands restrict her breath. But the breath struggles when the hold her lungs. The breath holds on until ambulance comes and then it drops. Excuse Mr. 19, this has to stop. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sharion Rogers. We are almost up with our Zoom performances. We have a couple more to go. We good in studio audience? Yeah. I know y'all can't respond to me YouTube and Facebook, but I hope that you're good, that you're having a good time, that you're being entertained and educated at the same time. And do not think that this is impossible to do. Everyone has a story to tell, whether you're going to perform it on the stage, you're going to write it, you're going to create a film about it, but everybody has a story to tell. And that's exactly what we want to encourage persons this year with the slam. So we're moving on. Do we have Michelle Noel with us?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. Good evening. The title of my piece is Break the Silence. From port to port, to country in each continent, this little girl no longer has a home. Snatched from under her parents' nose, this was not the life she chose. Every night in a different bed, in the arms of a stranger whom she'd never wed. A sex slave, that was her trade. Don't ever ask if she got paid. Chattel in chains, her body aches from the excruciating pains she had to endure. What's even worse, she was sold for more, all because she was pure. A virgin lamb, a rare jewel. To them, it was a prized possession. To her, it was pure savagery. Different beds, different positions. At night, she'd laid awake knowing her body count surpassed 8. She tossed and turned in her cell, praying to God, hoping for a means to the end. How can some men be so cruel to watch these tears flow from what could be their own mother's eyes? Have you no heart, no empathy? Or are you so psychologically damaged that your conscience doesn't bother you to know that someone else could do this to your mother and sister and cousin too? How long till the torture ends? How long must we stand aside and watch another one of our sisters be traumatized, broken, and fearful for her life, whilst we continue to condone the actions of men? It's not normal for men to sell young female at such a young age, to feature them in censored material. It's not normal for men to sell and chain and drug women on the black market like if they're dirt. We are not animals. Stop treating us like dogs. We are human beings too. We are the ones that birthed you, clothed you, fed you, and carried you for 9 long months. It's time to break the silence, break the chain. Sisters in arms, there's no harm that can be done to us once we join forces to eradicate this horrid action known as trafficking. We all have a role to play to make certain no woman, no child is taken or sold again. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, and that's such a powerful topic. So you see, spoken word can really reflect not just what you're going through personally, but in the world, social issues, current issues. So we really, really have to understand the importance of the platform that we have. Moving on to our final performer from the Zoom, we have Terrell Glenn. Terrell, are you here with us?
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Tyrell Glenn, from 2L Irie, I guess also necessary, and I'll be reading my poem now today. Tyrell, why are you so selfish? They always ask. Perhaps, but in the pursuit of rational egoism, I follow my personal code of ethical assurance, my selfishness, perhaps my most valuable virtue. For I am me, and the main interest of me is I, and any other way I will not have. It is my spree, my self-indulgencies that is of the utmost importance to me. But if you are to agree, this is the societal consequence of my self-preserving philosophy is quite beastly. Tyrell, you're tripping? You don't understand. In the pursuit of rationality, my ideology can be a commodity, for logic is its main harmonic. It's almost comic the level of sense possessed by the average savage. Yet, the repercussion of my philosophy becomes a monstrosity, which, if used correctly, is the pinnacle of theology. It's twisted by a selfish society to be of something of a modesty, prime hypocrisy. Tyrell, you're full of useless ideas. Doubts, in pursuit of testimony, illogical egoism may cause anxiety to the functionings of the societal cogs that push the machine that is our nation to work. This is in contradiction of my goal of self-preservation. And to achieve this, my personal reprieve, one must conceive of a way to cleverly weave their belief out of harm's way. For society has already gnawed its noxious grasp on my ideology so pure, and they warped it and they deceived themselves in it. Tyrell, why you bad talking, TNC? Why? Society has committed unintentional suicide and is so chaotic as of current. My selfishness lies with my morals and my mind maligned with the modern state of Trinidad's mankind. Killings and scenes of chilling misfortune, rendering me unwilling to help combat the community's self-fulfilling self-destructiveness. When will a new society's Adam and Eve take mantle? I perceive this young generation is in a position only to grieve. Simply a set of self-centered thieves who've yet to achieve anything close to the legacy we've received. So how can you expect us to unread the inner workings of a sick, sacrilegious society? Tyrell, you're so depressing. Must I be the population's pessimistic hero, Grenade, to speak against the poor proceedings of an unproductive public is a project of painstaking proportion. Logical morality is the doorway to practicality, yet much of society lacks it deplorably. In a country of much evil, can one finally execute the retrieval of the morally gleeful? So, Tyrell, what you suggest? It's a work in progress, for self-preservation is key. And to achieve this is to create unity in the community. To achieve this is to live in a peaceful public exclusively, completely bypassing the premature mortality brought by brutality. The rates of the contemporary conditions daunt my generation. So I offer to the masses these libations, hoping that in the pursuit of rational egoism, we find the answer to save our society from a self-inflicted sickness.
All right, Tyrell, thank you for that. that wraps our Zoom competitors for today. We want to say thank you very much to them. They were still very much a part of the competition today. We're going to take a 1-minute break, get the judges organized, get the poets in studio organized. All the poets are in studio. This is amazing. Like, we've come out of COVID and now we have our competition in studio, right? I could feel the excitement in the room. It's just like they're jumping off the wall, really excited, ready to come up on stage. I'm excited. I know the judges are. And we're going to start in a couple of minutes. Yeah? All right. I mean, I don't know. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure we were still good, you know. From our break, thank you for staying with us. We are now going to our in studio, live from the Writers Center at number 14 Alcazar Street, Sinclair, Port of Spain. We are about to get ready to bring on the next set of competitors. But before we do, let me remind you what you're looking at. You're seeing us on Facebook Live, you're seeing us on YouTube. What is this? This is the National Poetry Slam competition with the title sponsor, First Citizens. It's 2023, and we have poets, talented poets who are taking a chance at winning the first prize, $50,000. They are braving the stage and coming to tell their stories. And we just want to congratulate them up front for that. So, bringing to the stage, our first in-studio performer is Richard Pereira. Richard?
Good day. Wonderful. Greetings, judges. I greet you all first because I'll need your help. I see smiles in the room. Sorry to change the mood, but this is my piece. It's a little bit of me. It goes like this. Depression. For years dealt with it. Tried speaking out. Tired of being dismissed. Every day adds to wish list, hopes and wishes for change, but change evades life like pockets. Maybe tomorrow is the day for no sorrow. Why am I sad? An honest answer I cannot give you. To be honest, I have no clue. Maybe it's years and naysayers like you. Maybe it's me, my insecurity, my lack of self-belief. Maybe I overcompensate when I say I'm great. Maybe it's my way of changing my reality, hoping these motivational books could motivate me. Because this voice inside of my head, it never gets quiet or leaves. Remember that when you are not here with me, no one knows how I truly feel. What is my deal? Parents said I wasn't good enough, and I grew up in an environment where I stood out, but rather than look up, they tore me to shreds. So yeah, I hang my head to go by unnoticed, and I give of myself to be wanted, to be useful, to fit in, and all it ever got me was used by the likes of you. You see, I hear these words, but I never experienced this I love you. And I love you from a place that is true. I live for you. I guess it's because I live through you. I look at you, you are truly happy. I smile when I'm with you. But when I go home though, all alone with my sorrows, I swaddle and clench pillows and cry till my eyes look like Elmo's. Because I pray to all these gods, from the heavens to the utmost. The last time I prayed, go back, listen again. I never seen the scars to pinpoint my pain. I used to want to be a frontline soldier so my life wouldn't go in vain. As light fades to darkness, sound goes to silence, blood leaks from wrists. This rapier, my catalyst. I bawl and wail, a weak and frail, sniffling till I vomit and appeal, about to leap out this window and become impaled by a bed of uneven nails. Only in my mind, yo, but where's my hero? None came, so I found one in me though, and he was there all along, hidden in the clutter, by the shutters in the corner, right next to a magic 8 ball, a Ouija board, some tarot cards, and a crystal ball, all of which could not predict this future. I had to go back into time on the crossroads where the reality of solidarity means that the change I seek begins with me, and put away all fright and take the hand of this child and let them know daily it will be all right. Now is the time, the past is behind. From here on in, we live in our mind. We create our mind. We create our life, and it's going to be great. You see, it's sad loving when you're the one you hate, but now we own our beauty to the mole on our face. We mold in our fate. My destiny depends on me. I'm the god of this place.
Thank you, Richard. So our next performer, we're moving right along, is Isaiah John. Welcome, Isaiah John.
I don't like it here. I hate being out of my comfort zone here, comfy though. The way my body fits perfectly, it's like they measure me. The same way the bullet fly the right trajectory. Nah, I don't belong in here, in tight spaces. I can't breathe, I get claustrophobic. Where's that smell? Can't be me. Where my gold chain? Where the other side of my brain? Nah, I dreaming. It will all be over when I wake up. Where I dream because I have on makeup. I wonder if it's me alone. With tall man, bandy. All I hear nah, them on the block, holding on the fort. Why worried for? Have I headache though? Who crying so? I hope it's not daddy. We trying to fully. I can roll since I started secondary school. He really care. I had to get the hard way. Work the block. Grind all night. Wake up on time. Go to class. Leave at 3. Circle the ends and hide your face. But don't walk too slow because them bullets that flying is not no strays. I don't like it in here. You see here. You see, here is where your deepest fears come true. Here lies big shutter. Had a lot of potential, but potential only got me laying at attention. Hopefully all my real soldiers in attendance. Hope my family get my estate. Watch my state. Wasn't a soldier, but even real G's get a lie. Instead, give my 21 gun salute after 8:30 in the night, or dance with my body until all you see daylight because you're lost without me. You see, my death will forever be a celebration just like those who go on before me. So I remember all the arms I give, all the house I build, all the evil people I kill. You see, you all will remember me because I may be a pest to you, but I'll be a legend forever in my community. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaiah. Just reminding you why we're here. It's the First Citizens National Poetry Slam. We are here at audition day number 2. We still have auditions tomorrow, please God. We hope that you'll join us for that. And we will still be streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Bringing on our next contestant, Caitlin Khan.
Good afternoon, judges and audience. I hope you enjoy. July 7th, 2021. 2 years after it all, I felt as though that was the final fall, that I finally reached the end, that the sun might finally shine again, that the hurricane would disintegrate to rain and it might finally start to reduce my pain. I felt like I was going insane. I could feel the depression begin to depart my veins. Happiness, or a feeling, began to creep back into my life. Then suddenly, I felt the stab of a knife. Through my heart, through my spine, I wondered if my life would ever be mine. As I felt I was finally in control, anxiety and heartache began to take another toll. It started off as a drizzle, but then it began to grow and fizzle into a monstrous hurricane that would sow on rain over my life, my freedom, my thoughts, my brain. July 31st, 2021, morning trauma. Your eyes open, you wake up hoping, this morning will be different, you say to yourself. Maybe that one night changed everyone else. Maybe you'll finally awaken to the perfect world you've always envisioned, but then you remember the toxicity of human behavior and how it's conditioned. When you suffer, they say it makes you tougher, but in reality, it only ends one way. It ends with you awakening to the same nightmares on replay. A world where there's so much hate, trauma, and despair. A world with so much pain and suffering, you want to rip out your own hair. Our world is cruel, and when we protest, we only fuel the flame that burns away our souls bit by bit. It creates this anger and rage that makes you want to throw a fit. Oh, you turn on the TV in vain, a pathetic hope of distraction. If only words spoke louder than actions, maybe you could simply issue a retraction. But then you remember that your pain is only a fraction. You're just a witness, not a victim to this world. You're lucky enough to dodge some of the obstacles that the universe has hurled. So with that, today I start anew, a privilege gifted to only a few. And with that, all that's left to say is I'm going to bask in every moment that my demons stay at bay. Thank you, judges.
Thank you for that, Caitlin. Now, I just had a thought. I don't know how many of you know, but years ago, we didn't get to see the auditions. So this is kind of cool, being able to see the audition. I know, I mean, I entered years ago, and I'm glad the auditions weren't live. But yeah, this is cool that you get to see the process from audition to semifinals to finals. So I'm really, really glad that we're here. We're moving along, and we have Imani Samaru coming to the stage.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I'm Imani. Imani. The name of my poem is Don't Let the Bad Guys In. They both lived in my mind. They both fought and fought until she finally built the courage to kick him out and become queen of her palace. She owned it. She slayed it. She was free until he reappeared knocking on her door. There stood he, returning to rob her joy. There stood he, Mr. Procrastination. There stood he, oh, what a sight, handsome as ever. How could she forget all the grand times they spent together? A betrayer, a liar, and a thief, all in the form of expensive cologne. He promised but never took action. He persuaded but never pursued. He kidnapped my determination so that I would laze on my couch and watch guilt and shame invade my house. Netflix and chill and sleep took over and manipulated me like a game controller. Miss Productivity foolishly opened her heart to him. There went all my plans and goals like a drawer with useless items expecting to be used sometime. As amusing and as entertaining as he seemed, he shattered and seized all hope from her. But queens never relinquish. Her decision was final. She would reign over her kingdom and utilize her power diligently. Miss Productivity disposed of him like trash, and he was never to be seen in a lifetime. So, my dear friends, let not procrastination sabotage you. You hold the key to your own mind. Don't let the bad guys in.
Thank you for that, Imani. All right, and we're moving along. We're bringing to the stage Stephanie Smith. Let's welcome Stephanie Smith.
Down a bit. A little. Yeah. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. From her wombs, I climbed up victory over countless miscarriages. My feminine back so wide, I carry the cultural dregs of Trimbago. Countless ancestors suffered to hone your freedom. My arms draw addiction like alcohol, nicotine, and zest pumped into every underage and semi-mature youth longing for some kind of placement. My words like the evil angel tormenting. Pick up the gun. Pull the trigger. Hit her. Reaper. Reaper and have some fun. Upon my chest lays the teenage burial ground, the resting place for all missing females. So bend your knees and bow to me, for I am the wickedest feminist there to roam this land. Not even midnight could stand up to me. Not the pitch black ocean or lunar eclipse could compare to my soulless eyes. Surrender to me before I erase your subconscious and pitiful history. I rewrite your name, have you like pawns upon this chessboard waiting to be slaughtered like them 1970 gorillas. We're taking no prisoners. I rob you of midnight, slit your throat in daylight. I am the midnight with light, life taker. Bye. I created the earthquake that dismembered Haiti and the plane that crashed the Twin Towers. I manifested COVID-19 to shut down TNT. So swallow your pride and say it loud. Hail be Empress Rubber. For my knives cut deeper than backstabbing friends. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Hold a moment and draw me closer. For I am the contaminated blood that runs through your veins. So much so I give cancer and AIDS a run for their money. Rip out their hearts and place it as a trophy. So listen to me. For I bring you news that can avoid a Great Depression, worse than 1990 coup or that worldwide pandemic. Or are you too young to remember McCandle Dagger, Uriah Butler, Rosa Parks, Nelson Mandela, and Mahatma Gandhi? Or too stupid or just bluntly blinded by the rich man's persona? So go on. Kiss the grounds with your forehead, because not even gangsters could face me. The grave diggers or the grim reapers. Call me the queen of darkness, leaving open wounds in robbers' hearts. The overall employer, the dead victor, the darkest disaster, the everlasting empress. Rubber.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie. All right, so we are going to take a short break, and we're giving enough time to our viewers on YouTube and Facebook. Go use the bathroom, get some coffee, get some juice, invite a friend to join the action. We're not done yet. All right, and we'll see you shortly.
Roka.
Alrighty. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back to the 2023 First Citizens National Poetry Slam. We had some really amazing performances before. Some people joined us via Zoom, some people were in studio. And we do have one more person who's joining us via Zoom. This contestant is Abdul Majid Abdal Karim. Majid, are you with us?
Yes, I am, and happy to be. The face of faith, the face of hate. When this faith is faced with this hate, this face is made to take and make a fake face forgiveness. But when this fake face fails, this is the fate of faith when hate prevails. This is the face of fear where brimstone falls phosphorescent. This is the face of hate where people picking up pieces of the parents of the pavement frustrated. This is the face of fear where faith falls frail against the pale faces prostrating in dust and guts. And what is there to do but when this faith is faced with this hate, despair is made. When this pair of faith and fear is placed with this here. The error of terror is made, but which is the face to fear? The one stained with the face paint of invasion, or the millions of Muslims still scraping the remains of carpet of brains all across Eastern Western Africa, in Afghanistan, where all they stand for is Ashhadu wa la ilaha illallah, in the body piles in Baghouz, in Burma, in Yogis, or the Shaheeds of Syria, and who is praying? Where is our special prayer, as if a platitude could change the attitude of a man with the intestines of his child in his hand? Where is the hashtags for the children under the black flags dragged in dust and guts? And the least I could do is cuss, because I want to express my excess hate, but I ache in excess to expect less hate, except when I'm ready to exact hate. Look at me. This is the face of faith. This is the face of fear, where millions of Muslims are faced with hate that they can do nothing but hate, that they can do nothing but hate, and I hate it so much I could feel it in my bones, like a string tugging on the knuckle of my voting finger to coil around the cold metal carrier of a 38.38-inch caliber. Feel the kickback when the head kicks back. Say to myself, that mercy, picture Hitler and squeeze till the picture goes pitch black. Do ask me to pray. Because they don't hear me until they hear this. So here is a taste of the state of... Look at me. This is the face of fear. And the preachers of peace will say, go back to your prayer mat. Back to the prayer mat and pray. Back to the prayer mat. Tawheed. Back to the prayer mat. Ishaq. Back to the prayer mat. Ismail. Back to the prayer mat. Bani Abdul Karim. Back to the prayer mat. I can't forgive anymore when justice is 6 feet under me. 5 were 3 and 4, at least 6 were 7 and 8, and it was 50 of them. I can't forgive. Because there can be no forgiveness without justice. There can be no peace without justice. Until then, it's just, this is the face of hate. This is the face of faith. This is the face of hate, of faith, of hate, of faith.
Thank you for joining us, Majid. All right, and I believe that wraps up all our Zoom performances for the evening. And we're going back into studio live with us. Our next performer is Sat Sylvester. Welcome, Sat Sylvester, to the stage.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3. You thought I gone? I still here. Unlike the trim you take after months of growing it out, I still here. It are no growing out of me. Sure, you had me in lockdown, but now we're going out at least. As the Prime Minister say election and give the order, I just be released from your borders. You think you suffering from boredom? What you gonna say about me? It's years now, these idle hands looking for colleagues. It's years I ain't gone viral and extend my reach. So here comes a revival of the most infectious disease. Number of reported cases? Not sure. Number of new patients? Much more. Victim after victim. Entire population witness, yet nobody could put me in the courts because you set the standard by being my source. I ain't leave no American stores and American shores and coming as an outsider. I definitely didn't come from a bat in China. Yet here I am. And there you are. Every 5 years we renew our vows till death do us part. You know me good? Yeah. On all your social apps without appointments, I just appear. If one bad apple spoil the bunch, I will show up in a pair.
Scroll through your Facebook friends on your Apple or Samsung. I will show up in your pairs when they refer to your skin tone with distasteful remarks. You thought you passed the test on knowing them, eh? It might have to remark. You know me all too well. My name is Rachel, but you could call me Ray. I don't have a gender. To be a member of every creed and race is my only agenda. You want to know a secret? I don't care if you can keep it. I just like the comments. Guess who I vote for? The PNC. People's Neutral Congress. I out here a long time, so I know the ropes. I stand with the Selwyn Kojos and sat with Mirage them. I playing for both sides. You might think I buy, at least I'm not biased. You know when I just got erection and develop a thirst for you? Whenever it's elections, because it brings out the worst in you. You worried about COVID infection, so you're protecting your health. Yeah? You're washing your hands often, putting on your mask as well. But I still show up in you when you unmask yourself. Are you infected with me is what you need to ask yourself. People don't get discharged when they're infected with me. People that just discard any kind of empathy. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And I am the tune that plays from your mouthpiece. I see you keeping your social distance. Everybody stay inside. But you can't keep your social distance from the hate inside. Once the hate ignites is another case. And since you don't meddle, I alone win in this race. So you could quarantine how much you want. I go show up every 5 years. Forgetting about me is not a vaccine. I stay in right here. So you could sanitize how much you want and try to stay protected. If you don't sanitize me from your heart, you will remain infected.
Thank you, Sat, for that. Before we go on to our next performer, I just want to remind you we are streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, please God. From 1 to 4, we have our third and final audition set, and we're moving right on to our next performer. Welcome to the stage, Jaron Rees.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a grown up. Being a child is how I like it. I like to play for days on my devices, and I like my pineapples in slices. When I grow up, I don't want the fun to end. I just want to spend every day with my friends, playing and laughing till the sun has to set, till we wake the next day to do it over again. When I grow up, I don't want to pay no taxes. If I'm being honest, I don't really understand it. I mean, I only in kindergarten, but I've seen my mommy with her head in her hands. It's scary. Growing up scares me. My daddy told me that I have to grow up, but I don't want to grow up, and he is so hairy. I like my smooth skin, cool grin. I walk into class and the girls wonder who's him. But I don't answer them. Girlfriends are grown-ups' problems. And my life is pretty cool. Monday to Friday, I spend time in school. I reach home and mommy made my favorite food. Saturdays, I get to watch all of my cartoons. And Sundays, I don't have anything to do on Sundays, but I like it like that. I know everybody has to get old, but I'm never, ever, ever gonna be a grown-up. Up. Up. What? Why does my voice sound different? What happened? Oh God, it happened. I've tried to avoid this, but now my father says, my boy is a man. Man, I don't want to be this. A minute ago, I was preaching about how much I loved being a child. It's no secret. But now suddenly I've grown up. My mentality has blown up and I'm trying to pick up the pieces. Breathe, boy. Young man, I have some questions. Fir- Firstly, why does my voice do this? Apparently, puberty didn't have speaking on its to-do list. My voice have so much cracks that if you walk on it, your mother will be paralyzed. Why does Shawn Mendes sound like he came from paradise and I sound like a man just died? Second question, why is there so much acne and hair? I have hair everywhere. So now there's no smooth skin. My cool grin has turned upside down because when I walk into town, the girls wonder, "Ugh, who's him?" And speaking of girls, why do they look different? I mean, I am seeing her see me and it makes me feel weird. Like, why is she watching there? Why is it watching back? What is that? Why is my body building a tent in my pants? I went from learning about presidents in my class to learning about hormones, and it's something that I can't control. What do you mean? I thought they were my own. Now I have urges flowing through the fibers of my bones. Needless to say, I'm Macaulay Culkin. I shouldn't be left home alone. And this story don't have a happy ending. Hell, it don't have an ending. We all growing up confused, adulthood still impending. Emotions changing every day. We don't know who our friend is. And we need answers, but have not a clue of who could send it. So now I'm left with a cycle repeating itself with few differences. So Monday to Friday, I spend time in school. I reach home and I just don't know what to do. Saturdays, I brace myself for what this new life is demanding. And on Sundays, I sit with my head in my hands. It's scary.
Thank you, Jaron. Before we move on to the next performer, I want to take this time to say a special thank you to First Citizens. First Citizens understood the assignment. They know that the youth is important. They know that the youth voices are important, and they've invested in that for a number of years. We're now going into the 11th year of the First Citizens National Poetry Slam. That is a huge deal. I'll say that again. We're now going into the 11th year of the First Citizens National Poetry Slam. That is a huge deal. Yeah, thank you. Yes, big up First Citizens. All right, so we're moving on to our next contestant, Ajayi Cornwall. Welcome, Ajayi Cornwall.
This is not what we intended when we said, let there be light. I mean, let it be real. WTF is going on? No, okay, no. A big to big? Being honest at all, yeah? Here, get to ASF. I don't know how. Really don't know how. But for some reason, we're here today. We want to know how we went from a paradise to a graveyard, from a utopia to a war zone, from a garden in Eden to basically a desert. Kind of feels like desert because it's really a simple game of win or lose. To be honest, if you're being real, that is just it. To be honest, I am very disappointed that we really have to be here saying WTF really going on. I thought we the family, I thought like this being took his time to create this and then create we. Why we effing it up? And that is just it. For some reason, when I stand and ask that question, it's a dead silence. Very, 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 very weird. It really does feel alone, in answer to you. To know that I had to leave. Funny thing is, funny moment, I came in the gate. I don't know what gave it off, but the fact that we had to come here from the ghetto to this capital to say this is very alarming, and even more alarming because let me be real, we're on the eve of extinction. So my question is, when are we going to get our act together? When? I would really like to be able to set a time that I'll be able to, rock back in my little hole until it's all over. So I could come back now and make it a utopia. I would really like to know, but for some reason, it's only humans know how to calculate time. I really don't. I'm here, there, everywhere. Let me do something about it, man. My chest hurting, my knees shaking. I'm not accustomed speaking in front of crowds. But for some reason, Creator appointed today for me to be here to ask this question. When are we going to get our act together? If not that, we really want to know also when are we planning to, start a function like what you were created to be. This can be it. This really, really can be it. I'm real sorry that I had to bring you here, to be honest. Really, really is messed up. And probably that was just the optimism in me that could have watched in your eyes and tell you, you're nice now, outside nice, outside really not nice. To be honest, if I was Thanos, probably would have just make a portal somewhere behind you and go back home. Because here not nice. Don't know how much time passed. As I say, I don't know time. But the average time is 4 minutes. I don't know if 4 minutes pass. So I average in. My name is Ajay. This is my message. Until next time.
Thank you, Ajay, for sharing with us. You know, the space, the platform that the First Citizens National Poetry Slam creates is a space where people can share their thoughts, their ideas, things that register and resonate with them. And this year, the theme is story to stage. And so that's exactly what it is, sharing your story, your thoughts, your ideas, things that you're passionate about, and bringing it on stage, on the local stage, and also the global platform as well. So we are appreciative of everybody who has come to share their stories in every possible way that they've shared this evening. Now we're moving on to our next contestant, bringing to the stage Ashley Warwick.
Deep underground, buried beneath the hills of Paramin and San Fernando, there lives darkness. Cracked alabaster boxes full of hatred shoved beneath the crust of the earth. Buried beneath these hills live monsters of colonial making, linen and soft silks on skeletons of those long dead but still waking, seeking, searching for an ancestor to sacrifice their humanity to be their vessel of destruction. Because deep underground lives the vengeance of our people, the vengeance of the Moko and the Kalanago, innocent souls cut into jaded, jagged jumpies that don't know peace. You think you're going to be able to sleep when you finish here this piece? You're mad if you think so, because those who do evil can't get rest, and when you try to curse who the ancestors bless, you best make sure you get a bush bath. Blanch and boil your skin, put salt around your windowsill, because when I come for you, you better be ready. I am the vengeance of this country, not a deity, but you best afraid me, because we don't believe in mercy. We haven't had it for years. And I know you're probably thinking that the powers of the ancestors have never touched you, but that's because you don't believe in folklore. Yeah, you just walk backwards to come inside your door, but that's habit, not fate, not because you're afraid, but you better be. Them dwens that thief and children have nothing on me, the larger blessed that murdering men scared of me. I, better than any Sukunya or Anansi, because the spirits of the ancestral gods live within me, and my power is beyond your understanding. My footsteps, like cracking whips, my knocks like earthquakes before I kick in your door while I frantically pray to your God that you see his face, because you and I both know you're not leaving here alive. You're going straight to hell, going down to the darkest, damnedest pit and staying there, but I'm not finished. I'm not done. I'm going and find all the descendants of them slave owners, drag them out one by one and slice, slaver, slaughter. You never see a massacre like this since we come on them ships, and you never will again, because by then I bet those who escaped would have learned fear, learned humility, or else the Atlantic graveyard would be getting another set of bodies that Ogun would be happy to deal with, or else the Red House would be getting repainted a sanguine shade. I bet them tiny ghosts that still live there want people to torture. This horror has been sanctioned, God ordained, and ordered. Decolonization carried out in the name of the Yoruba and the Kalanago. Weapons made turned against the name of the indigenous and the Afrikaner, and now they'll never prosper. Cumulus culminations of culture erased can never return to the people you made monsters of. Have now made monsters of me to rewrite history. No longer shall we be seen as weak. My name is Vengeance, not a deity, but you best afraid me, because the darkness that live in them hills don't live there anymore. And it's you I come in for. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, so we're just giving the judges some time. All right, so as I was saying before, you know, the stage that we're at, the platform that we're given is such a beautiful one. It's an important one. And we want to tell persons who are streaming, who are watching us as we stream on Facebook and YouTube, it's not just about entertainment, being entertained and, you know, feeling good about the pieces or going through the emotions of the pieces. It's also about feeling inspired. Maybe it may not be your thing to come on stage and share your story, but we want you to feel inspired that you can write a story, that you can tell your story, that you actually do have a story. And that's what's important for us. And we take you through the stages. So you're getting to see the auditions live, you're getting to see the semifinals, and then you're going to be a part of the finals. We hope that you keep locked to our pages, where you can find us on social media and you can keep up to date with when the semifinals are happening, when the finals are taking place. Get your tickets and be a part of the action. All right, we've had a lot of performance before. We had Zoom performances, which were done from persons in Tobago as well as in rural communities around Trinidad. And then we have our in-studio audience. In-studio audience, you have to make noise so they know you're here. Right? Yeah, they're here. They're here somewhere, right? But I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here, to have the in-studio audience. Just a couple years ago, or not too long ago, we were at home. We had to do this via Zoom. Now we're back in person and we're excited to get this show on the road. We're moving on to our next contestant. Bringing to the stage to tell his story is Jovan Gaskin. Welcome.
A little while. All right, that's good. It have a reason men stay quiet. You ever try not to get in an argument, but still end up in the argument? Yeah. That's me. I would have a problem in my mind, tell my girl I'm fine, and she would be like, dog, you know you're not fine. And even though she know I'm not fine, at this point it would trip me off because she know I'm lying, which would get me more mad to add to the underlying problem in the first place, like, why she can't even leave me to be fine in peace? She means she must iron out every crease. Babe, please, let just this one die in peace. Okay, fine. And just when you think it's over, she leaves and she comes back 2 minutes later with her voice lower. So you're really not going to tell me what happened? This is where I go 0 to 100 real quick. This is where the ticking time bomb ticks. I am telling you, no, leave it alone. SU1 out the window, ready? SU1 out the window. Problem 2, load. Now we have 2 problems ready to explode. Now we in a problem stack. Let's not talk about the problems from last week on the problems rack. At this point, she starts crying, obviously. Snot running down her nose, and she telling me about life is about keys, and the key I'm missing is communication. The frustration I have at this point is beyond me. Because how the guy who wanted to stay quiet end up in a riot? You tell her there's something that she just don't need to know, but she'll never let it go. I ask her, you see how I get to this point? She tell me I pointing fingers because all she wanted to do was be there for me. Fellas, you see, it's best I did just argue the SU1 to get it over with in the beginning. Now we had 2 problems in my mind pending. Plus, she in front of me crying. And believe you me, if you don't put aside the problems to help her stop crying, she'll say you don't love her. And at that point right there, that there will be another problem. And at this point, she could argue about anything. If this was a court, and someone asked what kind of matter this was, it would have been the worst case. Even though I wanted it to be a briefcase, it's more like a backpack filled with emotions and roller coaster hormones that doing the most. Well, seeing she wanted to argue, well, here goes, God, at that point. You're crying for nothing. Wipe your nose and not falling for one of those tantrums. And if you would have just leave it alone, if you would have just leave it alone, all now would have be good, but you're too damn sickening. This is the point where you start to beat up yourself and ask yourself, why me, boy? How I end up like this? And then you start to calm down and be like, babe, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, come now, Dudu. It's my fault. I was wrong. I came off too strong. Side note to men. All your issues and all your problems will be with you to the end.
for better or worse, straight to your grave. So just tell shit from the beginning. And I understand. That's why we just always stay quiet.
I find the claps from this side coming right hard. And I just want to say, full disclosure, that poem resonated with me. Moving on. Moving on to our next contestant, bringing to the stage Tariq with Today.
Water, big bottle, come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Water, big bottle, come and get it, half price. My drinks stacked on half. Ice this cooler. Have drinks to make a man feel nice from water to solo. Them stacks packed on stone, coal roll in the cooler. It's a whole 9 to 5. Check twice, I odd from 10 to 9 on side streets, highways. Hustle means any day, any time lies in the feet of every youth that roam the streets in honor of every decent dollar. Come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. If you're nice, I get twice the service. 2 water for $5. You see, my service doesn't cater for those that fit the criteria of close-minded, judgmental, pass the cars with a lip slip out for those that wear slippers and bandanas, yet purchase the service. They so fair in hopes of not getting near the list of things they think suit my job description. You see, my effort and work goes in vain when support is the most hardest source of income to play. Like your eyes ever look past my setup and landed on my records. He wasn't the one that now get locked up. But still, come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. I come with a fresh slate, like fresh vegetables on plates. I come in different forms and shape. Check the end of the street. My makeshift vegetable market I see like no other. My car wash provides a service compared to no other. Brother, that spit and shine is like God himself take his hand and shine a light on that windscreen besides. You ever got your car washed in the ghetto areas? Brother, these mechanical services compared to no other. Brother, this hands on whole fours I make my bollocks pour into fours on my hands. Brother, no products is a whole hands of fours. If you see them boys parade in the streets, don't greet them with a long sheet, a small talk, cause prayers and promises could only make ends meet for so long until they get it, you see. My hustle just as important as your government 8 to 5. You sit behind closed desks and tell lies to my brothers. We turn into entrepreneurs with the taste of hunger on our tongues. So we so long until you dip in your pocket and support those that wrap fruits in plastic with logo. So we so long our streets will be filled with men who earn dollars the right way. So until then, come and get it, come and get it, come and get it. Water, big bottle.
Thank you, Tariq. We're moving on to our next performer, bringing to the stage Joshua Samaru. In studio audience, bringing to the stage. Nice.
Wrote this 1 a.m. this morning. Name of it is Virtues Past, Present, and Future. I bleed. I remember that morning so vividly. The sky had overcast me, and I just wanted to stop. Tears rolling off my cheeks. What am I doing to myself intentionally? I bleed, but not physically, emotionally. Ring, ring, ring. Who could it be calling me? At such a time, Jesse is calling me. Keep pushing forward. He reminded me that of Veroniga, that of Marcus Aurelius. I do this for you. I do this for me. I do this for all the future generation and my son that is yet to be conceived. Virtues. Self-discipline is more than just a word to me. It is a consistent that pushed me to be the best. Virtues. Not the best in the room, but the best of me. The best that I could be to help the room to be. The best to love my family, to love my loved ones. Virtues. I read and write, and in all in between, the giants of the past, I embody for all to feel. Virtues, virtues. Marcus told me, we are died by the colors of our thoughts, so I feed on thoughts which educates and enriches me. Marcus Aurelius, Frederick Nietzsche, Seneca, Horace, Abraham Lincoln, Winston Churchill, Rockefeller, Nelson Mandela. I bleed just like they bleed. The example of these ones just like these. Studying, I read vicariously. The virtues of these men are the virtues of me. Education is more than some degree, is it not? How to live your life to the best of your ability, tirelessly. No matter what pain that is steadily underneath, I scratch and claw and be brave. And you saw my feet. My feet are moving away. How do you dare try to entice the deepest, darkest part of me? Pow! I am a nail to the stake. Paul echoed it. Oh yeah, that's after me. He said, I live no longer for myself, but the one who lives in union with me. Can't you see it's fully a reality, a full embodiment to put on what is right and just, and I love it. Being the best of me means being a part of you, and I love it. We all bleed. Our future generation can look back, see and read and get lost within these great men, virtues, and women too. Princess Elizabeth, Jane Austen, Sarah, Rebecca, and don't forget our dear mothers too. Life may not be easy, but it is worth it. He who have a strong enough why can bear anyhow. I bleed virtues for you and me. We all bleed virtues, sublime and true. We are here, an example to one another, from BC to AD, examples to indelibly, even in 2023. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and for all who have bled, for your virtues invested and entrusted by your actions and words for me, for all of us. It is a great joy I bleed and live a life of love, kindness, patience, selflessness indeed. For these qualities are here before me and will be always here for eternity.
Thank you for sharing, Joshua. Now I have some really disappointing news. I just looked at the sheet and I realized we're winding down today. Like, I was having so much fun. But anyway, moving along, we have coming to the stage, and no, you're not seeing double, Terrell Batude.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. Next time. Next time for sure.
Growing up, my father taught me everything. The very things needed for a shrub to grow into a strong tree. I was happy growing up in our garden. Father was full of surprises. One day he closed my eyelids and dig out one of my ribs. I wake up like, big man, why did? You could have told me this before. I've been riding with you like. Wait. Never in my life have I behold something this great. Father, out of my wretchedness, the best was born. Oh Lord, she's sweet. The old garden complete. But like any man with everything, I start to overdo it. And these are 10 reasons why God take away the garden from me. 1, I had some manners that disrespectful Eve. I pelt 3 green mango behind she and let she know that is out of me came her birth. Don't let me take back my rib and use it to burst your bottom lip. God will curse if he saw me like this. He saw me? Oh, snip. To my snip to the oceans of obscenities. You was my response to the heights of emotional fragilities. 3, I cut down all the trees to plant some weed. Especially for when Eve playing jokey plus I needed a place to sleep and rest my head and make myself cozy. God can't vex with me. That's part of my daily toil. Besides, you ever smoke a weed planted in holy soil? 4, I disrespect the garden owner name. Now when I see him, it's like I come on here, oh dogger, oh shutter, because like the boys on the block and him is the same 5. I decided there are different reasons why I alive. Like one day, a grenade just exploded in the sky and light us all to life. 6, I tell my peers that no man can destroy this garden just by spitting from upstairs. 7, he finally dragged me to the deep blue end. I asked her for a few nudes and I sent it to all my friends. 8, when she confronted me, I said, woman, wait, it was sent by a mistake. And from that day, I realized I can lie about anything, any day. 9, I moved from weed to white lines. 10, I moved from white lies to acting like I am. Like who I am really not. And you see the thing about the whole experience was the man who owned the garden tell me he still loves. The man who owned the garden tell me he still loves. And if my ways could take unbending, he says, son, I have some flowers that still need tending.
Thank you for that, Terrell. All right, so we are winding down. We're coming to our final performer for the night. Now remember, you can join us tomorrow. Please go ahead. Same time, different place. Well, same place, sorry, different time. 1 to 4 p.m. And that's our 3rd and final installment of the auditions, right? Our final performer today is Russell Henry. Welcome to the stage, Russell Henry.
Empress, look what I brought for you. I'm sorry for staring. I know it's rude, but I am in love with black art. So excuse me while I pay attention to details and memorize my favorite parts. It shows that you're not used to being adored, and it's something I can't understand because from my understanding, your art is that no man can understand. You even appreciate my restraint when it comes to having conversations respectfully. It also leads you. This also leads you to thoughts that shows you how I can touch you disrespectfully. But how can the touches go deeper? Killing the cat with curiosity. All my favorite colors. Black is the new heaven sent, but brown calms me. Blue protects, but red, red empowers with passion because somehow the love and the blood connects. Since we are separated by waters, let's keep it in the Caribbean.
Thank you, Russell. So guess what, guys? We're not done yet. Oh my God. Wow. That was real good, though. That was real good. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more.
Rama
we have 2 more performances and then we'll wrap today's audition. So we're bringing to the stage, no pressure at all, bringing to the stage Oshin Sarup.
Yeah, that should be good. You take your time, right? You take your time, no pressure. We good now? All right. Yeah, correct. Yes. Okay, good day. I come here for one reason and one reason only. That is the vent. Because these past few years, I've been struggling and hustling and hustling and struggling, and it seems my effort mean not a cent. Every day things just getting harder. I don't know how to do it. They say struggle is built strong soldiers, but my legs real tired. I don't know if I could march right through it. In a trying world, you had to be a man. Signature, no emotion. You can't do this and you can't do that. Trying to come on a comeuppance. Yet there's always a fight down scene all the time. That's why these thoughts forever in my mind. So I might just uptake on my intake of noxious clouds to find a bitter peace, finding the silence in the loud. But in reality, I just trying to make my mama proud because we came from nothing. Now my mother have a house and my father could stop drink rum. I really hope the people of the community start to get along in a better society where there's no care and consideration for the people who coming up out of the mud. I don't know now. It's kind of infuriating to try without any result. Now these thoughts are just bouncing, 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 kind of like a DVD on a humbug TV. Back in time, it's hard to believe that some men still living their life. Everybody on the Netflix and chill, while some men can't afford Netflix, much less to chill, because it's overdrive on the grind. We all run in the same race, but you had to realize that some people starting from way behind. I don't know now, you listen a little psychology, maybe a Jordan Peterson. Now the label you as an incel. But who is an incel? A man who just trying to survive. Every day he climbing the hurdles of life. Every day is a struggle, just being alive. Don't know even what to say. Going further, it's pressure to tread the line between intellect and insanity. You jump from one boat to another. I just trying to find balance. Social media, social convention is the opposite to better. Sure, I see that we're trying, but we're really putting in no effort. I out here trying to spit a couple of words, a couple of lines, messy thoughts, messy ideas, but at least they're coming from inside. Now, to have a change in the world, you had to have a change in mind, a shift in mind. It could be a shift in yours, or it could be a shift in mine. Now, I just here talking these words and all these lines to represent what to do, what is all about an idea, a little better management, a little change, a little direction, a little influence, maybe even a little authority to change the ideologies. Because I and you both know that we tired of the ruling class hegemony. The trust funds, they don't care about social responsibility. And you're all just looking at me here, standing, talking, speaking, trying to put feeling into words. But if nobody had tried, the small voice is gonna never be heard.
Thank you for sharing with us, Oshim. We appreciate you. All right, and we're moving right along to our next performer, bringing to the stage to tell her story, Samantha Mungo. Every day we focus on building our CV. How much will be read as your eulogy? We're all stuck in learn ego mentality, inculcated by our fears and society. Rhetorical questions repeat constantly. What is the purpose of humanity? Why are we here collectively? What is my purpose? Are we really free? We're in the 21st century, yet we're also stuck in captivity by norms constructed by society. God, where is the key to unlock these shackles of mental slavery? Truth be told, I gave up when they told me stop being bold. So I shaped myself into a statue mold. I was frozen in time, my soul already dead. I was hanging on to this life by a couple threads. There's no way I felt at home except inside my head. The universe was consuming me with 1,000 pounds of lead. Most times, the knife that pierces deep lies under the same roof we sleep. We live in houses and it's never home. We stay in relationships and feel all alone. Now we all have cold hearts turned to stone. No boundaries running on autopilot mode. We run this rat race like a dog without a bone. Sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it though. Sometimes the most powerful caption phrase is no. Unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance. Compromise is conditional acceptance. Misalignment to your moral template is ignorance. The mental torture and anxiety couldn't get enough of me. Holding my soul in a chrysalis that will never be set free. Advice to my soul, psychedelics to my toxicity. Like a sweet fine wine, picked from the richest Italian grapevine, cured sweet and sublime, fueled to my weary mind. Like an infinite gas line, drawn from a direct unfiltered pipeline, from a renewable reservoir, source divine, spirit for the spirits that dying. She is forever mine. And in a voice said, seek, and ye shall find. To hear your soul speak, quiet your mind. Be present, this journey is not for the meek. Plant your roots deep, armor up, no retreat. Mirror, mirror on the wall. My reflection, see me for my all. I'm answering this call. Who am I? And who is God? Wait. Kundalini activating, chakras healing, pineal decalcifying, third eye opening, upgrade transcending, renewed spirit, 3D to 5D merging, mind, body, soul, source merging, unconditional love bleeding, the spiritual awakening, Samantha Maria Mungo. Now, rebooting. Wait. There's a girl I used to be. She hid behind the real me with so much insecurity, mental torture and anxiety. Depression took over totally. The ego and false sense of self had authentic me packed on a shelf. I've been hiding all these years behind pain, sadness, and tears. Wearing a mask so long to hide my fears, then you find out only a few truly cares. Suicide, a true escape to be dead, better than mental concussion to the head. Internal demons strong, needing to be fed. For years I nurtured within me I bred. When I felt I was down to shreds, I begged God to take my soul instead. The soul surrender took away all my pain. I'm a woman now. I feel no more shame. No more my word felt at the same until I learned to love myself again. I saw my inner nature beauty reign. Thanks to God and soulmates who came. The Holy Trinity gave me salvation. Decades bound by social construction. Cutting off my hair was my liberation. It's my body meant for my satisfaction. It lifted off years of burden and frustration, lightened and brought me to realization. Living in divinity makes you substantial. Then you unlock your true potential. Your relationship with God is personal. Yes, the love that is unconditional. It feels right and so unconventional because authenticity It's truly heartical. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. All right, that concludes this version or edition or installment of the auditions. Remember, tomorrow, please God, we're back here from 1 to 4 p.m. for the last set of auditions, and then we await the results from our judges. No pressure, judges. I don't envy your job, judges, you know. I want to thank you for staying with us. Thank you for joining on Facebook, on YouTube as well, to our in-studio audience. All right. We got it at the end, but we got it finally. Better late than never. Remember, follow us on our socials at National Slam TT on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook. Remember to use the hashtags. Hashtag FCNPS 2023. Hashtag story to stage. Remember, each of us have a story. We are the stage. Thank you for joining us. That was it for today. My name is Dominique. Take care.